Hey kids, in my never-ending hunt for the next hot meta deck, I stumbled across this list on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck, and it claims to be a meta Blue Eyes Buster Blader deck, and frankly, who am I to hate it before I try it, you know? The written description doesn't give much insight into how this is supposed to be played, but if I had to guess, I think the goal is to make Formula Synchron using Magician Souls and one of your 1-star tuners, then use Blue Eyes monsters to hit hard on your turn, and quick synchro into Chaos Angel and Bestial Dissipator for interruption on your opponent's turn. The premise doesn't seem amazing, but I've also seen a lot shoddier decks out there before. I'm going to go ahead and just take it onto the ladder for 5 quick games and see if it performs as I expect it to, or, you know, maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. Hopefully I'm pleasantly surprised if it's a meta deck after all. For our first game, we'll be going up against Purely, and it looks like they've opened 4 hand traps. We're going in right at the deep end, it looks like. We have won the die roll, so we are going to start things off with 1-for-1, pitching this Jet Synchron for Magician's Souls. Our opponent's going to imperm immediately, which is fine. We're going to wear Arfthau for Sage with Eyes of Blue, which is going to eat a Droll. We're going to Sage away the Souls for Jet Dragon, and then pitch Chaos Space for Jet Synchron so I can summon Shen Shen and pass. Our opponent's going to start off by imperming the Shen Shen, which sucks. Then they're going to activate Sleepy Memory, pitching Delicious Memory for Pure Lily. Pure Lily is going to add them Stray Street, and then they're going to activate Pure Lily to attach Delicious Memory to Plump. Plump is going to take my Chaos Space and their Sleepy Memory, and then during the end phase, Stray Purely Street is going to give them a second Sleepy Memory. In standby, they're going to go ahead and draw 2 additional cards. I'm going to banish some Lights and some Darks for Chaos Dragon Levineer. They're going to Ghost Ogre and then attach a couple cards with Plump. They will lose their entire field though. I'm going to Chaos Space the Levineer back and draw a card, then pitch that card for Melody of Waking Dragon. We'll reveal Blue Eyes for Alternative and get in for 58, returning this Jet Dragon to the graveyard. We'll pass turn, and our opponent is going to rip an Imperm off the top. They're going to activate Happy Memory to protect this Shen Shen and then summon Pure Lily. Then they'll draw a card with Brow and add from deck to hand My Friend Purely. My Friend Purely is going to allow them to add from deck to hand a copy of Pretty Memory. And then they're going to go ahead and make Plump. Plump is going to attach 2 Sleepies, and then they'll chain Pretty Memory, which they will chain Plump to. They're going to summon Purely from deck, and then Purely is going to find off the top another Delicious Memory. They're going to activate Plump to attach that, and then go to the battle phase, punching over the Shen Shen for 1,000, and will activate Jet Dragon to summon itself. They're going to pitch this Purely for a copy of to attach the Jet Dragon, and then make Noir, and they're going to draw 2 additional cards as well. We're going to normal summon Buster Whelp and add Buster Blader. They're going to Droll. Now we're going to make Striker Dragon and pass. They're going to set Purely Leap and then attach this alternative to Noir. Get in for just a little under lethal, and then add from deck to hand a Purely with My Friend Purely. We're going to rip Chaos Space off the top. They're going to draw 2 cards. We're going to Chaos Space, pitching this Blue Eyes. They'll Ash, and with just a card we can't summon and 500 life points, we concede. For our second match, we'll be going up against Super Heavy. It looks to be a pure deck. Yeah, it looks about as pure as it gets. Yeah. Seems pretty standard. We are going first again, and what is with our opponent drawing 4 hand traps all the time? We're going to activate Illusion of Chaos for Magician's Souls. They're going to Droll. We'll pitch the second Illusion of Chaos for Jet Synchron using 1-for-1, and then pitch the other one for Magician's Souls to special summon itself. A bit of a throw here. My plan here is to reborn the Jet Synchron by pitching this Imperm and then trading it out for Blue Eyes using Sage with Eyes of Blue. But because of the and if you do conjunction on Sage with Eyes of Blue, because the formula would be banished instead of sent to the graveyard, I wouldn't get the Blue Eyes, so I kind of just -3 myself here for no reason. I was supposed to do this before I made Formula Synchron, but our opponent has Gamma, so it doesn't really matter anyways. They're going to start the turn with a starter, exactly what they needed. They're going to link off for Scarecrow, searching a copy of Bike. Bike is going to search them a copy of Wakaushi. They're going to scale Wakaushi, and then Wakaushi is going to scale Benkei from deck and summon itself. Then they're going to activate Benkei for Soul Peacemaker. They'll pitch the secondary Gamma for Soul Piercer, and then Soul Piercer and Waka are going to make Ass Dragon. In sequence, they're going to activate all their effects to scale Waka, search for Soul Guide Booster, and then summon back Motorbike. They're going to synchro into Baron, then trigger Soul Peacemaker that is equipped to Scarecrow for Scales. Scales is going to summon back this Soul Piercer. Then they're going to activate Soul Guide Booster, equipping it to Scales and summoning itself. Here they're going to overlay for Gear Kick X and then use Gear Kick X to search for Gearbox. Why they didn't make Gear Ballista, I don't understand, but whatever. They're going to make Cliff Art Genius and then trigger the Soul Piercer for Motorbike. They're going to Pendulum Summon 3. That's going to allow them to search their on King Regulus. They're going to Regulus equipping Soul Piercer and then destroy the Soul Piercer using Barone. That's going to trigger the Soul Piercer to add another copy of Wakaushi, then they'll make Sir Yuja Skull Dread. That's going to fix up their hand, and then they'll special summon Wakaushi. Then they're going to go ahead and activate Tunneler to Pot of Avarice. Here they are going to draw Waka and another wagon. They're going to go ahead and activate Waka, pitching for a Soul Piercer, and then make Saratobi. That's going to allow them to search another card with Soul Piercer, and they're going to go ahead and clear the board and put us pretty low, but we're not dead. There aren't really draws that do it, but we may as well play it out. Collapse Serpent is pretty good. We're going to link off for Striker Dragon, and our opponent is going to Ash Blossom that, and given that we've got nothing left, we'll concede. For our next game, we'll be going up against Bestial Dragon Link, and for once our opponents only opened one hand trap instead of 4. We're going to start they're going to start things off with Starliege Safer, pitching Bestial Rebellion for Levineer, then linking off into Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon's going to add Boot Sector Launch, so they're going to go ahead and Magnamut away this Safert for Magnamut. Magnamut's going to be traded out for Rebellion after activating its effect, then they'll go for Branded Regain. They're going to link off for Romulus. Romulus grabs Dragon Ravine, then they're going to activate Boot Sector Launch and special summon this Tracer, and then Seals Pass. Hell yeah, brother. Anyways, we're going to start off with Illusion of Chaos, grabbing Magician Souls, and then we're going to activate Magician Souls, pitching Illusion of Chaos to summon itself. That's going to trigger Branded Regain to summon the Magnamut, which is going to trigger in sequence as well. We're going to normal summon Buster Whelp, and then they're going to make Bestial Baldrake. Bestial Baldrake is going to banish their Striker Dragon. We will be adding Prologue with this. That's going to convert into a Draw 2 with Magician Souls, then we'll go ahead and wear Arthnow for Whitestone, which will Chaos Space away for Levineer. We're going to Synchro into Formula Synchron, and they will Baldrake that. We're going to go ahead and put back the formula to draw 1 and then make the Levineer. They're going to go ahead and bounce the Branded Regain in order to prevent us from popping it, and then we'll Ash the effect to summon from deck. We'll go ahead and Melody for Alternative and Blue Eyes, and then Specialty Alternative. That's going to allow us to get in for 3,000. Levineer cannot attack. We'll make Hope Harbinger, unfortunately, because during the end phase, Whitestone doesn't have any more targets left in deck. We have to just set Imperm, take 2,000, and they will search Druisworm, which they will now use to banish our Whitestone. Unlucky. From here, it really is just a hop, skip, and a jump to killing us dead. They're going to activate Bestial Rebellion after tributing off Druisworm and sending our Hope Harbinger. They're going to activate Regained in the Imperm column for some reason, then the normal Safer, and I guess they just didn't want to summon this Red MD? I don't know. I don't get it either. Anyways, we're going to normal Sage with Eyes of Blue. They're going to Regain for Magnamut. We'll search for Buster Whelp. They will activate Magnamut. We'll go to battle phase, and we're not winning this one. Now for game 4, we'll be going up against Branded. And looks like they've only opened 2 hand traps. Okay. So they are going first. They're going to go ahead and Branded Fusion. Didn't draw Ash. That's a skill issue. They're going to activate Albion, and we will Imperm the Albion. They'll tribute it off for Rebellion, which is then going to get them to Branded Lost, and during the end phase, Albion's going to get them Branded in red. We have drawn Buster Blader, which kind of sucks. We're going to Chaos Space away this Whitestone for Illusion of Chaos, and activate Illusion of Chaos to grab Magician Souls and put back the Buster Blader. We'll pitch the Illusion of Chaos for Magician Souls, which is going to prompt a Branded in red and a Saronir. They're going to banish the Whitestone and then make Guardian Chimera. Chimera is going to pop Magician Souls. They're going to activate just a bunch of effects on top of that. They're going to search Alubers, summon Tragedy, search Cartesia, draw 2, and one of them is Ash. We'll normal the Whelp, it does nothing, then link off for Striker Dragon, so we have the fodder to summon Levineer. That pops the Chimera and Lost. Then we'll make Hieratic, Seal, and then pass. During the end phase, they're going to Tragedy to put back Branded Lost and then activate Branded Lost. The normal Aluber. Aluber is going to search for Opening. Opening is going to pitch Retribution for Guiding Quem. Guiding Quem is going to activate, and then they'll Retribution back there. Branded Fusion, they'll mill Albion, and then Special Cartesia. And on summon, I'm going to go ahead and put back the Cartesia, because I'm probably not going to get a better chance to do that. We'll summon Jet Dragon from deck, just to get it into rotation, then Ash the Branded Fusion. They'll punch over the Jet and put us at 55, and then end their turn. We don't have another Magician Souls, so Illusion of Chaos, Buster Blader can't do anything. We'll concede. For our final game, we'll be going up against Sword Soul. Man, today we've been getting some really rough pairings. You'd think that, we'd run into more Dark Magician players or something. I don't know. Anyway, they are going to be starting off. They're going to normal summon Moye. Moye is going to go ahead and reveal a card for a token. They're going to Emergence, and I'm going to Ash. The reason why I Ashed here was so that if they when they make Chi-Xiao and chain block the Chi-Xiao, when they make Chi-Xiao and chain block the Chi-Xiao search, tongue twister, they have to grab Long Yuan instead of Blackout. I really wanted to cut them on Blackout. I could potentially handle Barone, Chi-Xiao, but Blackout on top of that was a little too much for me to handle. So they're going to make Chi-Xiao, and like I predicted, they're going to chain block the effect and then search Long Yuan. They're going to activate Long Yuan, pitching at Hara to summon itself, and then make Qixing Long Yuan. That one is a bit of an issue. They'll set Heavenly Dragon Circle and pass. We're going to start off with Melody of Awakening Dragons, pitching Destruction Sword Memories for Blue Eyes and Alternative, then reveal Blue Eyes for Alternative. That's going to proc the Qixing Long Yuan. We'll cast Space Awaits Blue Eyes for Illusion of Chaos, and Illusion of Chaos for Magician Souls, the Magician Souls for the Illusion of Chaos. Before we activate Magician Souls, we're going to put back this Blue Eyes to draw one, and that's all three. Where art thou? We're going to go ahead and pitch 2 for Magician Souls, but they're going to Veiler. Then we're going to activate Where Art Thou, and our opponent's going to Qixing Long Yuan that. We'll add Buster Whelp, which we will now normal summon, and they'll Chi-Xiao that. Then I make a big misplay. I forgot that this thing isn't a dragon. I forgot this is like one of the only cards in the deck that isn't a dragon. I wanted to go for seals. I couldn't. So instead of making Formula and gambling on the top card of my deck, I made Striker Dragon for some reason. And, yeah, we're just gonna concede. I'm not winning from here. It's Sword Soul. They kill me easy. Honestly, I was very much expecting worse results when I first saw this deck. There are a lot of things I really dislike about it, but it does what it wants to decently often if it's uninterrupted. Maybe I just open like a god. I don't know. I think if I had to improve this, I would probably cut the Buster Blader stuff first. It conflicts with the Blue Eyes cards by requiring the normal, and frankly, Buster Blader itself is such a huge brick. Effect Veiler is also a card I would 100% include at 3. It's searchable via Sage, which is just so good. I wouldn't call this meta at all, but it seems like a very fine deck for a casual, but it is way too expensive for anybody to really justify buying in paper. Alright, so